everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to learn to identify the coins and their values. So our learning target today is I can identify coins and their values. So let's think, what coins do we know? Well, I have a little song that's going to help us to remember. It's actually more of a poem. It's called Name That Coin. You might recognize some of the coins that we're about to read about. Let's listen. Penny, penny, easily spent, copper, brown, and worth 1 cent. So our first coin is a penny. It's smaller, and I noticed that the color is different from the other coins. We have a penny that's worth 1 cent. Nickel, nickel, thick and fat, worth 5 cents. I know that. Our next coin is a nickel, and it is worth 5 cents. I noticed that the nickel is a different color than the penny, and it's a little bit larger than the penny, but it's worth 5 cents. Dime, dime, little and thin, I remember you're worth 10. Now we have our dime. Our dime is worth 10 cents. The dime is the smallest of all of our coins, but it's worth more than the nickel and the penny. Quarter, quarter, big and bold, you're worth 25, I am told. So we have our quarter as our last coin. Our quarters are worth 25 cents. Now we're going to examine these coins just a little bit closer. I'm going to share my screen, and you are going to help me to identify the coins and their values. We are also going to look carefully at the coins to see what characteristics they have. I have with us a chart that we're going to use as we look at our coins and see the different things that are unique about each coin. Let's get started. I see that we have our 4 coins. We have a penny, a nickel, a dime, and our quarter. We're going to look a little bit more about these coins and their values. To help us learn their values, I have a friend with me who's going to help us sing a song about the coins and their values. Let's listen.
Penny, nickel, dime, quarter, let's learn. Penny, nickel, dime, quarter, let's learn. Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it. Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it. What's it worth? How much is a penny? 1 cent. How much is a nickel? 5 cents. How much is a dime? 10 cents. How much is a quarter? 25 cents. How much is a penny? 1 cent. How much is a nickel? 5 cents. How much is a dime? 10 cents. How much is a quarter? 25 cents. Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it. Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it. What's it worth?
Do it again.
How much is a penny? 1 cent. How much is a nickel? 5 cents. How much is a dime? 10 cents. How much is a quarter? 25 cents. How much is a penny? 1 cent. How much is a nickel? 5 cents. How much is a dime? 10 cents. How much is a quarter? 25 cents. Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, A nickel is worth. Here is a dime, and this is what it looks like.
Dime. Dime.
A dime is worth. A dime is worth. Here is a quarter, and this is what it looks like.
Quarter.
A quarter is worth.
25 cents.
A quarter is worth.
25 cents.
Money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it. Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it. Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it. Money, money, money in my pocket. Money, money, I know how to count it.
Great job, guys. So we just learned more about our coins. Today, we're going to start with the penny. We learned that a penny is worth 1 cent. We can show that by putting a 0.01, or we can show 1 cent. The cent symbol looks like a C with a line through it. A nickel is worth 5 cents. We've got our 5, and then we draw our C with a line through it. That's our 5 cents. Our dime is our 10-cent coin. So we write our 10, we draw our C, and put a line. That's our 10 cents. 25 cents. We do our 25, and we do our C with our line through it. It's always important to write your cent sign after the amount of coins that you have, because that shows their value. Let's start with the penny. I am going to share my screen so that you can see a penny up close. If you have coins at home or in your classroom, you can get them out and follow along. So here I have a penny. What do you notice about the penny? Take some private think time. Think about your answer. Pause the video and let's see what you come up with. I heard some great ideas, guys. So what I heard was that first, the penny is brown. It's like a copper brown color. That's important to know because the penny is the only coin that's that color, so it makes it easy to identify. I also saw that someone noticed a president on the front of our penny. That is President Lincoln. So we have Abraham Lincoln on the cover, on the front of our penny. This is what we call the head side because it has a picture of a president. This is our heads, and we have Abraham Lincoln. I also noticed that there's a building on the tail side of our coin. That building is the Lincoln Memorial. That building has a little statue right there in the middle. If you see it with a magnifying glass, you'll notice there's a little person in the middle. That's a statue of Abraham Lincoln. So we know that this penny is copper brown. It has Abraham Lincoln on the head side, and it has the Lincoln Memorial on the tail side. I notice that it says on the back how much the coin is worth. It says 1 cent. So on the tail side, it is worth 1 cent. And again, I'm drawing my amount with my cent sign. Let's go on to our next coin. What coin am I showing you now? Look at your screen. That's right. This coin is a nickel. A nickel is worth 5 cents. Let's look carefully on the nickel. What do you notice? Great thinking. I heard a lot of good conversation. I heard that the nickel has a building on the back as well. This is an important building. It's called Monticello. This is actually the home of another president, and that president is on our nickel. That is Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson lived at the house of Monticello. I also noticed something else. I know that it is worth 5 cents. And I know that because on the back underneath the building, it says 5 cents. So I know that that nickel is worth 5 cents. I noticed something else about this nickel and this penny. If I look at them side by side, I notice that the nickel is larger than the penny. So I could say that it's bigger than a penny. So let's move on to our next coin. So far we've learned the penny. We know that it has copper brown, Abraham Lincoln, the Lincoln Memorial, and it's worth 1 cent. We've learned with the nickel that there is Thomas Jefferson on the head side and his home, Monticello, on the back. It is worth 5 cents, and it says that on the back of the coin. If I look at the two together, I notice that it is bigger than the penny. Let's keep going. Our next coin that we're going to look at is the dime. Take a moment, press pause, and look at the dime. What do you notice about the dime? Great thinking, guys. I noticed a lot of things about the dime. I noticed that the dime is also that silver color, just like the nickel. And I'm going to add that to our nickel one as well. I notice that on the head side, there's another person. That person is Theodore Roosevelt. I bet you can guess why he is on our money. It's because he was also a president of the United States. So we have Theodore Roosevelt, and we know that it is silver. What else did you notice about the dime? Interesting. I see on the tails side, I see a torch. A torch is something that you carry, and it has fire out of the top. In the Olympics, they carry a torch. Oh, did you see something else? Great job. I noticed there are also 2 branches. So parts of the tree are also next to the torch. If I look at my dime, does it say the amount? No, this one does not say the amount. However, we know that it is worth 10 cents. Let's look at our coins so far. If I look up at the dime, the penny, and the nickel, I notice that the dime is much smaller. The dime is the smallest coin. It's the smallest coin. However, even though it's smaller than the nickel and the penny, it is worth more than the nickel and the penny. Our last coin that we're going to examine is the quarter. Let's take a look at this quarter. Now recently, you've probably noticed that quarters have changed. This is an image of an older quarter. The quarters now that are newer may have pictures of a state or a national park on the tail side. Look and see what this quarter looks like. What do you notice about the quarter? You're right, there is another person on the head side. That person is George Washington. George Washington was our first president. George Washington is on the head side of the quarter. What else did you notice? You're right. On the tails side, I see an eagle. Great thinking, guys. Now, if I look at all of my coins together, what do you notice about the quarter compared to the other coins? Exactly. The coin is the largest of our coins. It is larger than the other 4 coins. And how much is the quarter worth? You guessed it, 25 cents. So now we've identified the way that they look. If you have these coins in front of you, I want you to hold the penny. I want you to take the penny and look carefully and feel the edges. What does that feel like? How would you describe it? I felt that it had a smooth edge. So I know the penny has a smooth edge. I wonder if the other coins also have a smooth edge. Let's see. I have a nickel, and I'm also feeling the edges of the nickel. Again, the nickel also feels smooth. So it also has a smooth edge. Great job. Let's see what you think about the dime. If you have a dime near you, you can hold it. If you don't, you can look carefully at the screen. If I look at the dime and I rub my hand around the dime, I notice that it has ridges. So it has a rough edge. I'm just going to put it right here. Rough edge. Because when I feel it, I feel all those bumps. So it's kind of bumpy on the side. What about the quarter? I also look at the quarter and I notice that it also has a bumpy side. So it has a rough edge as well. Today we have identified their coins and their values. We know that a penny is worth 1 cent. We know that a nickel is worth 5 cents. We know that a dime is worth 10 cents and a quarter is worth 25 cents. These are the coins that we'll be learning about this week. To end our lesson today, I have a short video that also talks about the characteristics of our coins. I want you to listen along and see if you can identify the characteristics of this coin. Eyes and ears.
We jingle and we jangle, you see us all around. In a piggy bank or pocket, or even on the ground. We come in different sizes, we do not look the same. I wonder if you know each of the four of us by name. Four of us by name. I'm a President Lincoln penny, a coin that is worth 1 cent. When you save a lot of us, together we can be well spent. I'm a shiny 5-cent nickel. President Jefferson is who you see. If you give someone 5 pennies, you'll get back 1 of me. We jingle and we jangle, you see us all around. In a piggy bank or pocket, or even on the ground. We come in different sizes, we do not look the same. I wonder if you know each of the four of us by name. I'm a very thin little dime with President Roosevelt's face. If you have 2 nickels or 10 pennies, then they can take my place. I'm a shiny George Washington quarter, the largest coin of the four. I equal 1 nickel and 2 dimes, worth 25 cents at the store. We jingle and we jangle, you see us all around. In a piggy bank or pocket, or even on the ground. We come in different sizes, we do not look the same. I wonder if you know each of the four of us by name. We jingle and we jangle, watch for us all around. Sometimes we are lost, but we are also often found. Now you know each coin by name, by value, and by face. Make sure to save us up and keep us in a safe place. Keep us in a safe place.
Wow, I hope you enjoyed our video. Today, we met our learning target by identifying the coins and their values. We also learn several characteristics that make the coins different from each other. I hope you had fun learning. I'll see you next time.